My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the Lorax. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But as someone who hates Illumination Studios, I actually kinda like this movie. It's not great, it's not a masterpiece, but I do find it to be a perfectly fine, enjoyable watch. So let's begin by talking about the cast, and Danny DeVito does a really good job. He brought plenty of personality to his character, and I thought he really stood out. Then we've got Ed Helms, who I also thought did a really good job. He brought plenty to his character. You can feel the joy when needed. You can feel the sadness and regret when needed. And he just did everything that he needed to. But then we get to Zac Efron, and I thought his performance was very flat. He didn't really do all too much for me, and Taylor Swift didn't really stand out either. Just a really bland character with a very bland voice performance. Then we've got Rob Riggle as Alexander O'Hare, and I thought he was completely miscast. It's not a bad performance, but when you see this short little dude with this hideous haircut, his voice just doesn't match. It felt off. Jenny Slate, I really like her as an actress, but here I thought she was so miscast. Just a terrible pick for this character, and Betty White does a perfectly fine job. So, Ed Helms and Danny DeVito aside, the cast really isn't that good. The animation is fine enough. Like, you watch Ron Howard's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and that movie has so much personality, and it feels like a Dr. Seuss book brought to life, and I don't really get that here. Like, all we really get is curvy stuff. And I just don't think it embraces the Dr. Seuss aesthetics as much as it should. But it still looks fine. I like the look of Sneedsville and how plastic it looks. I like the look of the cotton candy like trees, but it can feel lazy. And then we've got the story. And I think the story is decent. I do like how this movie is pro environment. It's about protecting the earth, and it's about how greed and human nature can destroy the planet. And I know some people might hear that and roll their eyes, and I get it. But if I'm just being honest, I completely agree with it. Like, go for a walk, go outside and experience nature, and I do feel like it's something that should be protected. Now, I think some of the talk regarding this subject in recent years has gotten way too over the top and it's gotten ridiculous, but at its core, I do agree with this movie's message. So it's a little preachy, but I'm okay with it, and I like the soundtrack. Sneedsville song, it's a bop. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, but it's a bop. Do 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 do. It's a bop. And then I also like, oh, what's it called? How Bad Can I Be? That's a really solid song as well. I kind of found it annoying at first, but it did win me over. And then we've got Let It Grow, Let It Grow, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let it grow, let it grow. It's so good. I love it. Some of the other songs are pretty meh, but those three really do stand out to me. And the music is composed by John Powell. And if you know me, you know I love this man. This guy composed the score for the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, and that is some of the greatest music ever composed. He also did some of the music for the Kung Fu Panda movies, and that music is awesome. He did the music for Horton Hears a Who, which unbelievably good, to be honest. I think he did Chicken One, which was great. I don't know if he did Shrek, because that's Harry Gregson Williams, but did he help? Anyways, the guy's a great composer. His work here is fine. There's some good bits of music here, but it's not as consistently strong as I would like. But I actually do love the ending of this movie. Like, there are some heartfelt elements, and I like the ending when everybody's singing Let It Grow, and then the Onceler leaves his house and he's watering some trees, and the Lorax comes back to visit him, and I'll admit, it hit me in the feels. There's some nice emotion at the end of this movie, and I do like how there is a real sense of sadness and regret and pain in what happens to the Onceler, and it really does shine through. Now, it can still feel pretty generic at times, and the movie is never funny. I did not laugh a single time, and it definitely doesn't get to greatness, but I still think there's plenty here to enjoy. I do like the message this movie has. I just enjoy the story. It's good. It's solid. There's some nice heartfelt elements, and the soundtrack works well enough, and I don't love this movie, but I enjoy it. So I'm giving the Lorax a 6 out of 10. Okay, have you seen the Lorax? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin